Hello students, I hope you are doing good. So today we'll start with our next topic, that is integration by parts. Integration by parts means you have done in differentiation, you had a product rule. So same here in your integration, whenever you have in the form of product, that is u into v or f of x into g of x. So how you have to solve it is like what you have to do. Any of this function, keeping first function as it is, that is f of x, integrating your second term, okay, keeping your first function as it is, then integrating your second term, minus integrating again of, this integration is for full, again integrating your second term, okay, integrating your second term, and then differentiating your first term. This we call it as integration by parts. This, if you want, if you don't understand like this, you can write like this. So when you have f of x into g of x d of x, means first term, that is f of x, keep constant, integrate the second term, okay, minus integrating first term, differentiate, again second term, integrate. Whatever you will get inside, again that whole part you have to integrate it. This is called as your integration by parts. In words, how we write? The integral of the product of two functions. Integral of product of two functions, it is equal to first function into integral of second function minus integral of, see this means integral of differential coefficient of the first function into integral of second function. Yes, you have to remember it properly. It's a little bit different from your differentiation product rule. It is not similar like how you tell. This is integration by parts. In that also, for all problems you can't apply by parts, okay, you have to first solve it, do it substitution method, everything, and then you should get in the simplest form, and then you can apply your by parts. Okay, we'll consider one example, then it will be clear for you the method. So they are asking find integral x cos x dx. So we have, let our f of x be x and cos x be g of x. So what is integration parts? How it is given? Integral f of x g of x dx is f of x integrating g of x dx minus integral of f dash of x into integral of g of x dx, and then whole dx you should write. Why? Because this is with this. After solving this, again the whole part you have to integrate. So we will see, I am writing it here. Okay, from here I am taking is equal to f of x is what, your x, keep as it is, then g of x what we have taken, cos x dx, minus integration f dash of x, means x it is, so I'll write like this, d by dx of x, into, again integrating your cos x dx, then your whole dx. Now we will do our integrations. X, integration of cos x is what? Sin x, okay, minus sign, minus, keep your integral as it is, first we will solve inside part, okay. Differentiation of x is your 1, right, into integration of cos x is what? It is sin x, again this dx is there, right. So sin x minus, this is what? Integration of sin x dx you are getting again, right, you have to again integrate it. See, interior part you have solved it, x sin x, and then your integration of sin x is what? Minus cos x, here already minus is there, so plus cos x plus c. This is your answer, okay. I hope this is clear. See here it is left on you which you will take f of x, which you will take g of x. Now suppose if we go reversely, if we take f of x as cos x and then g of x as x, you can go in such a way also, it is left on you. But what we do when you are solving, preferably if you have like polynomials, okay, if you have terms in polynomials x or x square or 2x plus 3, whatever, take that part as your f of x. It will be very easy to do. And in terms of your inverse trigonometric function or logarithmic functions are there, take that as your f of x. Okay, your remaining rest part you can take it as g of x. Usually if you do it, it will be very good. It's not like you have to do like this only. You can go for f of x this. Suppose this part also I'll show you. Suppose we take f of x is equal to cos x and g of x is equal to x. Okay, in the same way we will do it. So it is what, x cos x dx, cos x because it is f of x, again integrating your x dx minus integrating your differentiation of your cos x it is, and then integration of your x dx, then your whole dx, right. So this is your cos x, integration of x is what, x square by 2 minus integration as it is, differentiation of cos x is minus sin x into integration of your x is x square by 2, then your whole dx, right. So you will get cos x into x square by 2. If I take this minus sign outside, it will be plus, then again you will be having sin x into x square by 2 dx. See, after coming here again you have to apply by parts. Again same procedure you have to apply it, considering this f of x or this g of x, your wish. Understood? If you go like this, if you take trigonometric function as your f of x, you have to do double times or the procedure will be lengthy. If here you see you have taken f of x as your x and g of x cos x, in short only or in easily you got it answer. Okay, here again continuing with the same procedure. So for that case, when you have polynomials, you have logarithmic, you have inverse trigonometric functions are involving such, go that as your f of x and remaining take it as your g of x. Okay, take this as note. The same what I said you can take it like with power of x or polynomial x, then we take it as first equation. In power raised to x also, if you have polynomial x inverse trigonometric logarithmic, then we take that as your first function. You can take it as note. And integral of type, like you have integration e to the power x, okay, any with exponential form, f of x, and its same derivative you will be having with addition dx, then directly no need of applying any integration. You can directly, you should write exponential e to the power x f of x plus c directly. For example, see here, integration it is e to the power x tan inverse x plus 1 by 1 plus x square dx. If you can see here it is e to the power x, yes, okay. This is your f of x. Tan inverse differentiation is what, 1 by 1 plus x square only, right. So this is your f dash of x dx. So you have same in this form, so directly you should write e to the power x f of x. What is your f of x? Tan inverse x plus c. Finished. If you have in such, you have to understand, for this you have to make sure, you have to check the question properly whether it is, if you have sin inverse x and plus you have your 1 by root of 1 minus x square, then directly you should write e to the power x sin inverse x. Okay, no need of going any step like apply your by parts or anything. You have to remember this. Okay, so I have given you in note only. So you know, this is one more method. Method means, no, it is just like kind of steps. If you follow like this, like which function you have to take your first equation, islet, okay, or islet, according this you go, it will be very convenient for you solve easily. As I have shown you now in x and cos x. See, in that I had taken f of x as your x and then g of x as your cos x. But for the second time, and next I showed you again cos x and x. So you can see that when you take your cos x as your first equation, you are getting lengthy answer, means you have to solve it a long time. But when you take your x as your first function, then with only 2 to 3 steps you get the answer. So in that you might get bit confused like which to take. So if you want, you can follow like this with isolate. I'm not telling like you have to go like this only, but if you go accordingly, it will be convenient for you to solve. Now what this isolate tells, I stands for inverse trigonometric, like you have inverse trigonometric functions, sine inverse, cos inverse, anything. You can take that as your first function. Okay. Then L, logarithmic. If there is a logarithmic, you can take it that as your first function, second function. Logarithmic starts for log x, log cos x, so on with log. Algebraic, like any constant or x square, x cube in polynomial, as I've said you, 2x plus 1 if it is. Trigonometric, that is sin x, cos x, tan x. Exponential function in terms e to the power x with e raised to x. So according your isolate, if you go it will be good also in choosing your first function accordingly. If first you can see in any of the function inverse trigonometric is there, take that as your first function. Going in this manner, it can help you to solve the problems easily, means in short steps you can go, because by parts is most interesting topic in your integration, and it is very convenient also to solve. But if you go properly in your short terms also, you can find out the solution. So you can go in such a manner also. You can see, first you see if it is in by parts, then go with isolate, like which part it is. If first you are getting inverse, then you can grab that as your first function. If not inverse, then if it in any of this form will be there only. So considering accordingly, you can take it. Okay, we'll proceed to the exercise part. So exercise 7.6, third one I have taken, integrate the function. So first write it, integral x square ex dx. Main, you have to check it. You can't go for substitution and all, because if you do substitution you don't get any ex in that form. Normal integration also you can't, even you can't, there is no any trigonometric issue, that trigonometric method or identities you apply. So you have to go by integrating by parts. So before solving, you have to first remember the formula very properly, that is f of x into g of x dx. It is what? F of x integrating your g of x dx minus integration again differentiation, that is f dash of x into integration of your g of x d of x into dx. This you should remember very properly. Your by parts, how you have to solve, you have to remember that, then you can go. Now comes considering the function, which to consider your f of x and your g of x. So I have just now showed you isolate. So if you can see isolate, here you can see function, one is in algebra and one is in exponential, right? Algebra and exponential is there. And here in this form you can see first is algebra, then comes your exponential. Yes, first is algebra, then comes exponential. So your first function algebra we will take. Second function left over will be a second function. Yes. So here let f of x is equal to x square and g of x is equal to e to the power x. So applying the same, we'll get x square e to the power x dx. So x square keeping as it is, integrating your e to the power x dx minus integrating then d by dx of your x square, integrating again e to the power x dx and your whole dx. See, x square integration of your e to the power x is e to the power x minus differentiation of your x square is 2x into integration of your e to the power x is ex, here integral sign is there, dx. So after coming here, again you will get your inside product rule, again x into ex. So again here you have to apply same product rule. 2 I have taken outside, keep it up outside only. Now again you have x e to the power x. So first algebra only, so first term will take algebra. So x integrating your e to the power x dx minus, this term I will do like this, minus integrating again differentiation of your first term d by dx of your x and integrating of your second term and again the whole. So you can see x integrating e to the power x, differentiation of your x, integrating e to the power x dx. So your x integration of e to the power x is e to the power x minus differentiation of your x is 1, integration of e to the power x is e to the power x dx. Now multiplying, I have done 2x e to the power x, integration of e to the power x is e to the power x only dx. So multiplying everything, you will get like this, x square e to the power x minus 2x e to the power x minus 1 minus plus 2 e to the power x. I hope this much is clear. Next question, x sine inverse x. So write it, integral. This is algebra and inverse trigonometric. Okay, so it is algebra and inverse. So again go your isolate. In your isolate, first is your inverse trigonometric. So we will take first function as your inverse trigonometric and the other as your second. So we will take, you can see here, first is as your inverse first function and your algebra will take as second function. Same method, please remember, every time I can't write it. It will be x sine inverse x. If you want, you can take here f of x is equal to sine inverse x, g of x is equal to x. So what is the method? First function f of x, keeping as it is, integrating your second function, that is x dx, minus integral, again differentiating your sine inverse x, again integrating x dx, then your whole dx. So we have got like this, right? First function integrating second function minus differentiation of first function integrating second function. Sine inverse x remains as it is. Integration of x is what? X square divided by 2 minus integral sign comes. Differentiation of sine inverse x is what? 1 by root of 1 minus x square into integration of your x, again x square divided by 2 dx, x square by 2 into dx. Okay, so sine inverse x square by 2 minus here 1 by 2 I have taken outside, you will be having x square by root of 1 minus x square dx. So here you can see you can't go for substitution also, because if you take 1 by root x square you will get 2x, already 2 is in denominator and all, you can't go trigo and all. So here we are applying a simple concept. I have said you always, sometimes your numerator will try to make it as a denominator and we divide it, right, separately if you have two terms, one by this, so that integration you get easily, right? So same way denominator we are making it like numerator. So see, denominator here it is minus x square, so we will multiply and divide it by your minus sign. Okay, we will multiply and divide by your minus sign. So if I multiply here minus and divide, so minus into minus becomes plus, and this division sign I'll just write it here. So I'll be getting minus x square by root of 1 minus x square. So now what I'll do to make it same like denominator, I want 1 minus x square, so I'll add and I'll subtract 1 for your numerator. So which I did, 1 minus x square minus 1, so that now this upon this upon this I can do, and here 1 minus x square I can write it as root square, right, root 1 minus x square whole square. Like if you have 2 divided by root 2, now my 2 I can write as root 2 whole square divided by root 2. Why? Because here root I want to cancel off. So I have done 1 by x square by root of 1 minus 1. This 1 minus x square only I can write it as root square. It is root and square, so that this root and this root gets cancels off. Okay, so you will be getting like this, sine inverse x by 2 1 by 2, this is root of 1 minus x square dx minus 1 by root of 1 minus x square dx. Sine inverse x square by 2 remains as it is, yes, plus 1 by 2. Here we have one formula, that is root of a square minus x square. So 1 can take as your a only, right? this is as your a square minus x square, and its formula is there. This will come in your next part. So if you want, you can write this formula. See, root a square minus x square, as you had integral type of 1 by root of a square minus x square, x minus a x plus a. Same way, like this only, this also one integral type. It is 1 by 2 x root of a square minus x square plus a square by 2 sin inverse x by a plus c. So x by 2, it will be x by 2, okay, root of a square minus x square plus a square by 2. Now your a is what? A square is your 1. So 1 divided by 2 sin inverse x by a is your 1 only. So divided by 1, it will be x only if you want, okay, right? Okay, you are getting the same. See, x by 2 root of a square minus x square plus a square by 2 sin inverse x by a, right? A square by 2, if you want, I have written like this, sin square x by a. So this part becomes, and this minus, this is integration 1 by root of 1 minus x square is what? Sin inverse x only, right? Plus c. If you want, multiply your 1 by 2 inside you can take, or you can leave it off. Okay. I hope this much is clear for you how you have to solve. If you want to match it with your answers, NCERT answers only, then you can do it the whole, multiply it, like terms you group it, or I have to do, we'll see x square by 2 sin inverse x, okay, then multiplying this 1 by 2 into x by 2, it will be x by 4, right? So to match it, x square by 2 sin inverse x, x by 4 root of 1 minus x square, 1 by 4 sin inverse x minus 1 by 2, multiplying everything. Now you see a sin inverse x, sin inverse x, sin inverse x, take everything. These are like terms, so keep it up and remaining. So the like terms, to make the LCM 1 by 4 only, what we have done, for this your first term multiply and divide it by 2, and even your third term multiply and divide by 2, so that we get 4. LCM only 4 we can get. From 3 terms also take 1 by 4 common, even sin inverse comes common, you will be left with 2x square minus 1, and your this term remains as it is, x by 4 root of 1 minus x square plus c. So this will be your final answer after the calculation. Second question is your 10th one, sin inverse x square. So let I is equal to sin inverse x square. So here you can't go any substitution and all, so you have to go by parts. So your first sin inverse x, see when nothing is there means 1 only, right? 1, anything if you do into 1, it becomes the same. So if nothing they have given, you have to take one more as your 1. So f of x into g of x. If you apply your isolate, if one more term they have not given, for the by parts you have to always take it as 1. So yeah, if you apply your isolate, your first is what? Inverse trigonometric. So your first function we take it as your inverse only, that is sin inverse x whole square. So what is the formula? First function sin inverse x whole square, integrating your second function, that is your 1, minus differentiation of your first function, that is d by dx of sin inverse x whole square, into integration of your second term, that is 1 whole again dx, right? So sin inverse x whole square remains as is, integration of 1 with respect to dx is x, minus integral sign, differentiation of sin inverse x. So you can see, you should apply your chain rule. First sin inverse 2, x raised to n form. X raised to n form is what? N x raised to n minus 1. Please make sure this is differentiation. Your integral sign you have kept out as it is, out. So 2 sin inverse x, and again sin inverse x differentiation is what? Root of 1 minus x square, right? Sin inverse x is again root of 1 by root of 1 minus x square, into again integral of 1 with respect to x is your x, your whole dx. Now you will get sin inverse x whole square into x minus 1. You are having 2 sin inverse x into x divided by root of 1 minus x square dx. So here you can see, again this we will take it as I1, because here you can't apply by parts, because you have 3 terms, not 2 terms. So we will take this separately and we will try to solve it. So take this as your I1. So we are considering how it is I sin inverse x whole square into x minus I1. So we are considering I1 2 sin inverse x root of 1 minus x square into x. So the best part to solve this, so you can see here sin inverse x, and here you can see root of 1 minus x square. So by seeing this, you should know that we can go directly for substitution method. So we'll take t as your sin inverse x. So dt by dx will be, sin inverse differentiation is what? 1 by root of 1 minus x square. To get our dx value, cross multiply dt into root of 1 minus x square, you will get dx. Now substitute everything in your I1. So I1, 2, your sin inverse is taken as t, divided by root of 1 minus x square remains as it is, x also remains as it is, dx is taken as root of 1 minus x square into dt. So the same I have written, root of 1 minus x square into dt. So you can see this root and this term get cancels. You will be having 2t into x dt. Now in t you have your x. Now x how you have to get? X also you can get, house here, t what you have taken? T as sin inverse x. So x will be what then? If it goes here, it becomes sin t, right? We have done it. When you have cos theta equal to 1, if you want to find your theta degree, then cos, if it takes, it becomes inverse 1, right? So the same way, t is equal to sin inverse x. So we want x value means sin goes here, it becomes sin t. So in place of x we put sin t. Now you can see properly we have bypaths, and bypaths can apply here. Again going for our islet. In our islet, see, first is our inverse trigonometric. Your inverse is not there, okay? You have your algebra and your trigo. So first comes your algebra, then comes your trigonometric. So your first term will be this, and second term will be your sin t. So again applying your islet. So first algebraic, so 2t directly I have written, second term integrating, minus you have, right, minus integrating, differentiating your first term. So 2 into t, differentiation of t will be what? 1. So into t, again integrating your second term, integration of sin t is minus cos t. So here already minus was there, minus into minus becomes plus. So integration to cos t. So integration of your sin t is minus cos t, so minus minus becomes plus dt. So you are having 2t, so integration of sin t is minus cos t, plus again integration of 2 cos t. 2 if I keep, integration of cos t is what? Sin t plus c. Now after coming to a point, please don't forget you have taken substitution method. So you have to replace your t. What is your t? Sin inverse x. So wherever t is there, just replace it with your sin inverse x. So minus 2 sin inverse x into cos of sin inverse x plus 2 sin of sin inverse x plus c. Now everything will substitute in our first term, that is I x into sin inverse x whole square, and you had minus I1. So here already minus is there, so that becomes plus 2 sin inverse x into cos of sin inverse x, and again plus into minus becomes minus 2 sin of sin inverse x plus c. So this is your answer. Next, I have taken 17th one, x e to the power x divided by 1 plus x the whole square. Okay. Now as you can see, let I just take it. Here directly you can't apply by parts. Why? You have 3 functions here, 1, 2, 3 you can see. And usually how it is, one exponential and algebraic. This x by 1 plus x square is algebraic only, right? So e to the power x, I can write it like this, x by 1 plus x the whole square dx. Now what we try to make, whenever we have like this, if you have a single term and denominator, we try to make numerator similar to our denominator, right? So that easily we can integrate it. So you have 1 plus x, so I'll add and subtracting 1, right? Then what we do, this by this, this by this. So in the same way, 1 plus x divided by 1 plus x square minus 1 by 1 plus x square. So this and this get cancels, you will be having 1 by 1 plus x minus 1 by 1 plus x square. Now if you can see, it is taking one form. Now just now I had shown you, if you have integration e to the power x, f of x plus f dash of x dx, then you can take directly e to the power x f of x plus c. You can see it is of that type, but what it is, here you want middle plus, but here we are getting minus. So how we can just modify it, right? E to the power x 1 by 1 plus x plus of, I can write it as 1 minus 1 plus x the whole square, then dx. So this is how we can write 1 by 1 plus x plus of minus 1 by 1 plus x square, right? If technically you can see this only, f of x is what? 1 by 1 plus x. So its differentiation is minus 1 by 1 plus x square, right? 1 by 1 by x differentiation is minus 1 by x square. So you have to make it in this form. Now we can see you are getting in the same e to the power x f of x plus f dash of x dx. You can take directly as e to the power x f of x plus c. So this will be your final answer. I hope I am clear. So like this it is very easy to just understand the type and then write it. So this ends your today's class. Few more examples if you want me to solve, then please just let me know. Thank you. Have a great day.